ECAP replacement begins. Good Saturday morning to you all, YouTube. It is 11:30 in the morning, and I'm here on the bench, at the bench. I always say that wrong. I'm going to be working on the global radio, which is here. I do have the speaker leads disattached from the speaker itself. Now, the speaker itself is just held captive in there by the grill, basically. If you can see, it does move around between the grill and the plastic, the case. That's what holds it in. So if you want to take the speaker out, you basically take these tabs and twist them up, and the speaker then pops out through the front. So rather than to do that, I just figured it was easier to disconnect the speaker. There was a blue wire here on this terminal here, and two black wires on this one. One of the black wires went to the radio, the other one went to the earphone jack, and the blue wire went to the earphone jack as well. So that's the way those are doing. I'm trying to kind of document this as I go along and get this all done right. So like I said, let me get into what we're doing. You're going to find this is a little different looking in the next video, or next clip I should say. This has been done. That goes up there. I don't need to put that back in too before I go on any further, because there's a hole that fits into, and I want to get that back in there where it's supposed to be. But anyway, I do have those. There's three capacitors sitting here. This has actually been done, and you'll see it on video, but for some reason I forgot to press the record on the first take of this, so I went back and did the introduction again. So, but that's where we're at, and let's get right on into it and show you what we got going. What I'm going to do is try to. This is going to be difficult because I've got the magnification lamp in here, and I'm trying to best I can without getting in too much of a way there. These three here places, I think, are the, I'm going to turn it around so you can see. These three here are ECAPs right there. And if we flip it right over, we see that these correspond to this area right in here. So what I'm going to try to do is get most of the solder off of that and go from there. So I have my solder wick ready to go here. And we'll see how well that works or doesn't work, as the case may be. Usually this works pretty good. Sometimes you have to kind of get the solder liquefied a little bit. But generally, once you get this solder wick heated up, so you can see it sucks it up pretty good. Got a bad spot there in the wick, but that should still suck it up. I've used this roll here that I'm using right now for quite a while. I bought two more, so when this one did run out, I would have some more, but so far it's been pretty good. A lot of this solder, I think there's some excess solder on there as far as when they soldered it originally. But, you know, this pretty much sucks it right up, as you can see. Not really sure. I'm going to have to check it a little bit better, a little closer and see, but I think these up here have to be done as well. I think we're looking at three places right there that, let me cut off some of this wick and get a fresher band on there. Oh, there. there's how long that's going to last. I can see that right now. So that's that. Still, I think I'll have enough to get the rest of this done, I hope. So I'm going to go for this one here. after I get most of the solder off, I go ahead and look real close in and see what's what. And then we can go from there. That's getting a little bit hot to hold. So that should be a good enough start on getting the solder off of it. I'm going to turn you off and check it really close and see basically what I have left to do as far as getting off. I'll break out another roll of solder wick and we'll go from there. Stand by. Alright, well, I do have one out, and I think you can see that. It's 10 volt, 20 microfarad. Now that's one in the center, in this position right here. And I know the short lead goes down towards the speaker, this little connection here, and the long lead is on the upper part towards the capacitor, the tuning capacitor. So that means that the positive is the short lead, as you can see very clearly marked there. That's the short lead. So that's the way that went in. Now the 20, I don't know. Obviously this is not probably not the original because it's not the right value. The only two values used, or actually three values, was a 3, a 10, and a 12. So this may have replaced the 12, I don't know. Probably going to take the other two all out first and get the, what do you call it, C. The back side, you can see I've got this pretty much clear. I don't know that I've got every one out, but I got pretty much of it out, so should be able to get the rest of them out. So I'm going to do that off camera because it's just almost impossible to do on camera. So at least you know what I'm doing. And again, that one would go in this way. That's how it would go between these 2 points here. So that's the way that one's set up. Like I said, the other two, I'm not really sure. I'm just, like I said, I'm clearing stuff off on the area and straightening the leads out. As you can see, I've got all the leads straightened out to as best I can anyway, using the screwdriver and the hemostats. And so that's what I'm at. And let me get a little further and I'll bring you back. Well, I have a second one out. This is a that's the wrong one. This is it here. I think you can see it's a 3 volt, 30 microfarad. This lead here goes to the IF can, and I'm going to show you the hole in just a second. The short lead goes to the other hole, which is more or less in the center. So the positive actually goes, this is the positive lead right here, actually goes to the IF can shield, I guess is what you would call it. Let me show you that as best I can. Don't have a lot of light down in there, but I'll try to hold it up. You can see a hole, I think. There's a hole right there next to the can. It basically connects to this shield right here. The center hole is the other lead, that'd be the minus lead in this case. So that's the way that's laid out. I'll turn it this way, maybe you can see it a little bit better. I don't know if you can see. Can you see that? Yeah, see that? That's the hole there that the positive lead goes into on the 30 microfarad. Now, again, I'm going to do some tracing with the schematic and see how these are laid out. I may go back with the originals. I don't know, which is, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be 10, 10, 10, and 12 and 3. So that's that one. The last one here is going to be a little bit more difficult. I have one, I'm pretty sure I have one lead done there. I think that's, pretty sure that's a lead for that. You can see it move when I move it. Now the other one, I'm going to guess it's going this way. I don't know. It's just so hard to see, especially when I'm holding the camera, right? Now these are all the same branded, look like to be the same branded ECAPs. So Whether they have been replaced at some time, I don't know. Now, it's been a while since they had 30 and 20 microfarad E-caps like this. They've been standardized for quite a while, so I'm going to look on that and find out exactly where that other lead is, so I can get that one out as well. So, trying to document this on the camera and the video as best I can, so there won't be any question on how it goes back together. That's why I'm going ahead and taking them all out at one time. I want to make sure which values are what, where, and so I may try the original values back in it, see if it performs okay. If it does, I may go with them. So we'll see. Now there is two models of this radio, at least two, I should say. So there may have been a later model where they changed the values of the capacitors. I don't know, but I think the original circuit worked okay with the other ones, or at least I think they did. So that's what we're going to go with. And let me see if I can get this other one out, and we'll find out where the hole's at for it, and go from there. All right, now this is the last of the three. I think you can see it there. I've got it upside down, but other than that, there it is. 3 volt at 30, and the plus, I want to point this out on camera here before I forget it. Let's see if we can get this in here fairly close. Plus goes up in here. Let me do it on the back side, maybe it'll be easier. Plus goes up here. This looks like a ground, and I don't know how many people know this about transistor stuff. They generally ground the positive, and that's what this radio has done as well, I think. So the plus would go here, minus would go here, and that would be the way these are laid out. Did I get that all in there or not? This one has a camera lenses down on one end. It kind of confuses me a little bit. So there's the minus. No, I'm sorry. There's the minus. There's the plus right there. So that's how those go. And I'll end up taking a picture of this and marking these so that I'll know where they go. Again, the you know, which is strange. I think they have. These are, I'm pretty sure, replacements, but at the same time, that seems like an awful big jump from 10 to 30 or whatever it was. I got 120 and 2 30s. So, you know, these are. Yeah, that is the 30 in that hole. So. Keeping track of that just to, I want to see what the original schematic is and see if I can go from there. I think this one's getting kind of long. I think we're going to try to cut it off here. Also, I want to, I've looked at the other, or I've looked at the bottom side of that, and it doesn't really appear to be anything connected there. There's a cap here, but I don't think that. You can see it goes to one of the leads, but I don't think the other one goes over here. So I'm kind of confused about, like I say, there's one lead there, and the other one is over here, but see, I don't think that the other side of that one goes all the way over here. So I'm going to have to do some digging on this one a little bit more, and try to get the other board out and check it, because it does not have this capacitor added, and see what was in there. And go from there. I doubt that was factory. I don't think they use paper towels on factory stuff, but so obviously this has been worked on. So it's you know, it's reasonable to assume that these E-caps were replaced at one time. So doesn't look like anybody's been in here, but the solder was pretty nice in here, and you know, I'm just saying somebody might have done a really good job of it. So, you know, just I've got to find the other two as well, other two E-caps. I have looked around a little bit, and I haven't looked very close, but I think one of them might be here, right there. I think. Maybe this. No, that's a transistor. It's all shiny. We will find it wherever they are, if there are any. You know, there's one right there. That's in the RF section. Looks like to me. So I'll check that one out. But you know, again, there's a transistor. I'm thinking these ones I'm in here is the audio section, but I don't know for certain. So anyway, that's like I say, we're going to wrap it up here. And I want to get a good picture of this and mark these holes where they, you know, while it's fresh in my mind, where they go and things like that. So there won't be any confusion. And also want to try to find the points on the schematic, see if there's any discrepancy there as far as how they were mounted, where the positive and negative went, things like that. And the sizes, of course. You know, we know there's a size discrepancy. So, alright, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you.